In December 1997, a coup plot was uncovered by the General Sani Abacha regime. All the suspects were rounded up and arrested, and it was discovered that General Abacha's number 2 man and Chief of General Staff, Lieutenant General Oladipo Diya, was the mastermind behind the coup. The coup suspects were eventually tried by a special military tribunal and sentenced to death for treason, but after the sudden death of General Abacha, they were granted state pardon by General Abubakar in 1998. In 2001, at the Oputa panel, General Diya denied any involvement in the failed coup plot and alleged that he was being set up. However, in this clip from December 1997, General Diya is filmed on tape disclosing his deep involvement in the coup to Major Hamza al-Mustafa and pleading for forgiveness. Unknown to him, he was being secretly filmed as part of interrogations by the former chief security officer to General Sani Abacha.
To actually talk to you and then to see how the whole thing will be managed. First of all, I have seen the way the CNC feels. I'm not supposed to actually come to talk to you. I must confess this to you. And I know his response. Well, you know him very well. And he's a very kind-hearted person. Once he knows an issue and he has the in-depth of the issue, that's why, sir. The issue of whether I am junior or something, I want you to drop that aside. So please, sir. That's why I actually have taken this script. I didn't tell no one. But what I want, sir, is that if there are things you can tell me, because since the issue has reached where it has reached, what matters is whatever one can do to assist it is all that matters. So, sir, forget about variation in terms of even age or anything. Feel free, sir. Feel free, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Mustafa, you know where we started.
Yes, sir.
You know how far we have gone.
Yes, sir.
You know the various risks that I have taken as a person in my life.
Yes, sir.
Especially for this administration. I know how the whole thing started and the amount of enemies that I've made. I will tell you the truth, and we are not going to hide anything from you.
Yes, sir.
Well, if at the end of the day, it is still this type of thing that we end the career, it's okay. Everything is with God. Now, I have a lot of respect for the head of state, and I love him. And I don't hide this. I have mentioned it everywhere. What he has done for me in life. You know, when Babangida was hunting me all over the place, he stood by me. The law school, the law that I read today, if not for him, I wouldn't have read it. And then to make matters worse, Babangida had already retired me. He is the one who kept the letter. If you have released it, that would have been the end.
That's correct.
So we started well, and I devoted everything in my life to serve him. Along the line, I don't know what went wrong. The head of state does not consult me in so many things thereafter. Like, okay, let me just use the latest happenings.
Right.
Like the dissolution of the cabinet.
Yes, sir.
He did not mention it to me. Like, I have it on the radio, on the television, like any other person. The embarrassment, the pain that I go through. You see, when you are not somewhere, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
But when you are somewhere and people are asking you questions, how many times are you going to lie? You know? Look at the electoral commissioners that you sat with me in my house to compile. By the time the list was released, not a single name that I suggested came out on that list. Okay. And each time this thing occurs, I will tell him, this sir, I am not happy the way you are treating me. You know, because if I'm not in a place, then I know I'm not there. I can't influence anything. I cannot ask for anything, you know, because I'm not there. Nobody will even come to me to ask for anything. Anyway, now these are my own grievances that I'm not being consulted. Things are done at my back, Okay, I came to the villa one day. I saw Bashir. I said, what are you doing here? He said they are working on not ministers. They are working on board membership. I said you are working on board membership, which is not mentioning to me and not this. He said they should give my input. I said the input that we wanted to do 2 years ago. That won't be a cake now. Maybe we just loud over it. He saw me to the car and I left. Okay. And you yourself, you know very well that Bashir is not too much of my friend. The chief of army staff is not too much of my friend. Olariwaju is not too much of my friend. Even Adisa, if I'm to choose out of all of them, I'll choose Adisa first. Because at least he tries to relate with me once in a while. Okay, now I saw the CDS, CDI. He brought a letter, anonymous letter, which is from junior officers group that they are going to do this, they are going to do that. He showed me. I said, have you showed this sense? He said he's going to show. I said, look, you are very close to the sense. What is the situation about this?
Are you okay with the SSN?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
What is the situation about this transition? He said himself and Gomez had already discussed with the CNC. Okay, before then, I myself, I have gone to the CNC. I've asked him, I said, look sir, this transition, what are we doing? Because we don't talk. And by not talking, you don't even make me know what to do, what to say. You know, there's a say, what is my view? So I told him my views that, sir, if it is purpose of continuity and this and that, honestly, should continue. But I said you should do certain things. One, the issue of constitution. I said we should promulgate it. By promulgating it, we will bring all Nigerians to our side. There are those who came to the conference, this rotational presidency.
Nobody tried to do from the toilet.
Rotational presidency, this revenue allocation, we get all these people from the Delta area.
Right.
This rotational presidency will attract the West and the East. The Federal Character Commission will attract the Northern minority. So that once we do that, finish, that we have no problem. There's an answer that we are still going to work on the constitution, that there are so many amendments that we are going to make. I said, okay, if you are going to make amendments, the earlier, the better. And again, I believe that those who is going to go with you should retire and declare for a party. This idea of consensus, I don't like it. It will expose us to ridicule, because if you declare for a party today, there is no doubt that you will win. You know? So we don't have a problem. I cited the example of Gambia, I cited the example of Ghana, I cited the example of Niger. We are declared for a party. You know? So we talked about it and it was okay. But funny enough, it was after that all these appointments were being, like all these ministers now, and they don't have a single input in the new cabinet. Although maybe one or two of them are our common friends. So he may think that I'm the one who nominated him, but that is not true. Anyway, that is so the CDI said he was going to show him the letter. Okay. Then I told him that, then he was telling me that he was suspecting one brigadier Akonde, because he mentioned Akonde that letter. But I told him that he should investigate thoroughly. Then after that, there was a day the chief of army staff came to ask me on the same question of this transition thing. And I said, okay, you find, you are the chief of army staff, you meet the head of state and talk to him. I am going to talk to him too. So later I talked to the CDC again, and he told me that he has set up a committee with the chief of army staff as chairman. I said, okay. But where the committee go today, up to today, I don't know. Okay. So I think that is the main thing. That is the main thing. Now, the general concludes that this caucus, they are not meeting regularly. And I said, okay, you try and see the things yourself and tell him if he wants us to be meeting. In fact, they were suggesting that they should be meeting with me without the CC knowing that after the meeting, then we can brief the CC. No, I said, no, I cannot do that if the CC does not approve. So you go and see the CC and tell him. If he gives you the go ahead and he calls me to say that, okay, the couple should be meeting regularly, then I can do that because I cannot do it on my own. So on the summary, this is the way I will put what has happened and my own feelings, But when the issue of poo or no poo, to be honestly, I don't have idea about that. Now, this Saturday, I want to tell you now confidence. Somebody phoned me, you see, and said that they are planning a coup, and that the list of those who are planning the coup are already with you, and that there is a speech which is prepared that I was going to read. I was shocked. I said, if that type of song I was with the CC till 8 o'clock that Friday, something like that was mentioned. But I became scared. I'm telling you the truth, I became fidgety, And that the person was telling me, now he even mentioned Abishekola. That Abishekola told him that this and this and this are happening, and that the list is already, and that the speech that I was going to read is already with the CNC. Honestly, I couldn't believe myself, but because it was anonymous, one tends to ignore it, you see, because if it is everything you hear that you are going to act on, in fact, you will not even be sleeping, most of the time. So, this is the situation.
So, sir, in a nutshell, do you think this is just the basic thing that led to the situation where we find ourselves, or because my concerns are is discussing the issue of the moment, what led to up to the situation where you find yourself today? Because, like I told you, the essence is to help. First of all, I know how kind-hearted the head of state is, and like you said, I know how much he cares for you. And I can recall vividly all these things you are talking about. I can recall vividly those days before you came to National War College, to the time you became CDS. These are things I saw with my own eyes, and I knew what happened. I can say so much about, and then till today. So what I'm talking about is the present situation. So nothing to hide. So long the situation has brought us to where we are today, I don't think there's anything to...
I don't understand what you mean by situation.
You see, this Saturday morning, in the night, it led to arrest. Like some other senior officers are also arrested. Yeah, you see, sir. So that is what I'm talking about.
And that's what I'm saying, because the arrest came to me as a surprise. These are the questions you want to ask, and I will give you frank answers.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to see as if I'm interrogating you. No. It's not interrogation. It's a risk I'm taking on my own to even create this opportunity to talk to you. I talked to Major Adamu. First of all, like I said, haven't known ourselves all this long time. There is the need for one to find a way of intervening in a way so that, helps are rendered. It's just personal. It's my own personal volition to do what I'm doing. Was it actually supposed to be a coup, because all the, General Risa has spoken, General Olarewaju Alat has spoken, Fadipe has spoken, and all these things and all these, even the Chief of Army Staff himself, he has now been arrested, the GO2 division and the rest of them. So they said so much. speech, meetings, meetings in places, and even the idea, how the idea was muted, and all these things. So all these are already known, sir. That's why, sir, I'm telling you, this is not the time, sir, to hide things. This is the time to discuss issues. It's like a consultant, sir. Unless you know an issue, you can't predict, you can't prescribe what will cure someone, at least, or help. Anything you want, sir. No one else stop you. Only water or the oil?
Just water. I've told you about this meeting, which was this focus meeting, which I have several times, and those days.
Yes, sir.
Now they started, that is the beginning, they started complaining about this meeting, but it is not regular, it is not frequent. Okay, we agreed that, okay, let us sit down and talk and find out an approach as to how we can get to that, be interested in the meeting. That is the beginning as far as I'm concerned. Now, it is true that meeting was said, but all that was discussed there was to how they go and meet Oga to organize the meeting and let the meeting be held more regularly. And Bashir and then the chief minister eventually. The only thing is, because they now want to get to come out and say, this is the thing. And supposing Oga refuses to announce this thing, they say, no, they cannot do that. They are not going to get you to talk to you, to join them, to talk to business. So now, I don't know whether they are trying to use me or they are trying to plan something behind me or use my name to do something after they have finished with dish me. You see, because when I look at the whole lot of them, really, I don't have a friend there. So, because so many things are now here, honestly, they are surprising to me. You see, like the day they were coming, they told me, because they came through my house, only told them, themselves and my children, said they are coming here, and that they are coming to see the CNC, and they are going to see you. They said, will I join them? I said, I know the time I go to the CNC, I don't disturb him anytime. He needs strength of rest. That's it. So all these things I'm hearing now, you see, I don't believe that these people can still go and put me there. I don't believe it. They will put one of themselves there. So maybe they are doing all these things to. The only thing that involves my CSO was that when I received that call, I mentioned it to him that beef up security. This is the thing I had. And then, because some of these things surprise me, because they are even talking of speech, they are talking of this. Me? Is it me that wrote the speech? Is it, or are they the one writing it for me? Or what?
You see, sir, like I told you, sir, I'm not, this is a free discussion between you and I. It is concern that brought me here.
No, I agree with you.
I want you to feel free, sir. It's you, I, and God here. If you are talking of speech, sir, for example, I think even the little I know, for example, you see, sir, maybe you don't trust me.
No.
We can. You see, what matters, sir? What matters is once a mistake is done. What matters is understanding the mistake and finding ways to correct them. Like I said, unless we open up and speak up.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly where.
Okay, for example, sir, speech. You see, I think the day you are leaving the house, you left a handwritten speech.
written speech.
You are writing handwritten speech.
Do you know my writing?
I know you are writing very well. In red biro. On Lieutenant Colonel Garba, the CO3 Gas Battalion. You see, that is one. Two, when we arrested the GOC 2 division, there is a speech which you gave him. Three, General Olaruwaji himself has spoken so much, how you met, how you discussed, whether you wanted the head of state out. They were talking whether change a palace coup or something, whether, when he lives out of station or he lives out of Abuja, this and this. And it's something that started long ago. So the whole thing, so many have spoken. That's what I'm trying to tell you, sir. This is not an interrogation. I'm not part of the SIP. What we are trying to do, sir, you see, this time maturity has reached, or level of awareness is far beyond what it was before. It is this level of maturity now, that an understanding, that even brought this. Before, once you hear somebody in a coup, you will even dream of going closer to him. I'm taking the risk to come. I'm telling you a reason, sir. That awareness has reached us now. There is no harm based on the commitment, based on the understanding to say, we now listen to you. I know the type of person, how kind-hearted the head of state is. You said it at the opening of this discussion, sir. Nothing to hide now, sir. Mm-hmm. So much is open. Okay. What I want you to tell me, sir, just feel free, be open. What do you think we can do? Me at my small level, what can I do? What messages can I tell the head of state? Be open up, sir. Okay. That is no problem. Okay. Because you see, the head of state, sir. If you tell him lies, that's where he fights you. Okay. If you tell him the truth, he can shoulder it and forgive. That's the type of person he is. Okay. Yes, sir.
I thank you very much for this brotherly concern.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The mistake, I was that I believe so much in the chief of army staff.
Yes, sir.
Because he said so much. He said so much that, the CNC will not confide in him and this and that. And it's like the whole army is already in it. And that, they just come to talk to me. I agreed. I said, okay, if the whole army is in it, the only thing is, I don't want bloodshed. And please, whatever it is, whatever we are going to do, I don't want. That's why I'm still saying, I don't want a coup. If it is something that we can do without any bloodshed, say no, that's no problem. That the CO guards is there. All the GOCs are with him, everybody with him. I said, okay. So, I think that is the truth. Nothing left.
Yes, sir.
I've told you everything now.
Yes, sir. You see, it's good we know, sir. This management of information in itself and the whole thing is your position that you look at the whole nation, sir. The position you held for 4 years now is actually what you look at. And then even the respect with which the head of state actually holds you with. It is this thing that I'm looking at. Now, sir, with all that has happened, or from what you have said, what are those things that you are advising me to do for you now to help?
I don't know. Anything that you can do, I will appreciate it. Like, we are going together all these years. Considering that you are going to anything you can do.
Okay, sir. What do you see me? Do you want me to pass some messages to CNC that you believe will be of help on the situation for you?
You see, first and foremost, I want us to manage the situation very well. Because I'm looking at the country. If the situation arises where number 2, the families are for these people, the tendency is therefore to be dragging our dating agency. I think that's the only thing you can do. You just to ameliorate the situation, you know. You see, I don't think it is a bad case, provided, you know, both sides just to realize that something has gone on and we should correct what has gone on. That is if the citizen still feels he can work with me. I'm ready to work with him. You know, I have my grievances. I'm not pretending I don't have grievances. And when the chief of army staff saw this idea that everybody's in it, I know a coup or you know, you have to be careful. If somebody tells you this is the situation, you must in a way be prepared to take a risk. You know, so this is the thing. I don't have anything against the thing as a person. But if you can just draw me near, like you did before when we started, what am I looking for? I don't have any mate in the army again. All my mates retired. The last of them left 3 years ago. So what you want to say is looking for. You see, but it is very painful in the heart when you are in a place and you don't know what is going on there, and you cannot be a party to anything. All the functions that the chief of general staff performs, I cannot perform them. So this is just here. I would appreciate whatever you can do to ameliorate.
Okay, sir. I want you to also weigh the enormity of the task I'm taking to do from you.
Yes.
But you see, if we have to do anything to sort out the problem internally, is there any external arrangement that you have that you will want us to untie so that when we actually get to manage it at home, there won't be any reaction from outside while in the process of arranging the whole thing?
I don't understand.
What I'm saying is that because from some of the statements of so far, some of those arrested, there is a sign that you already have made arrangements with some countries, foreign countries. So what I'm trying to do now is actually, like I told you, is the management of the whole thing. So you see, while you try to manage, probably with those you have made arrangements with abroad, the likelihood of reaction is there from them based on any agreement, like some of those arrested have said. This is personal. I'm asking this personal, sir. You know why, sir? Because I cannot say, for example, now, from the statements from your previous responses, it shows that one has one or two things to do for you to get the things subtle and actually manage it. But you see, when you get to do that, and at a sudden there is reaction from any of the countries abroad based on the whole mission of changing the government, you see, I don't think that will augur well, sir. What we are searching for is peace and sustenance of peace in the country.
I don't understand what you say foreign. I mean, I don't have any foreign connection at all. Nothing. I don't have anything. Nothing outside.
Okay, sir. You know, I have taken risk too, sir. To actually
I know.
You know, this part of the house.
Yeah.
I cannot found a situation like this, say, and then find a way of seeing you at this part of the house. You know the risk, sir. You know the risk with which even I will be looked at. But I have done the consequences to still talk to you. I have my reasons. Because we actually have seen you as a father, actually. And it is this fatherly concern that makes me actually to have taken this risk to talk to you. And I don't think, sir, any son that give respect to his parents and haven't attained a certain age, as small as we are, sir, that will be seen to be underrated, or you think we are incapable, haven't attained some certain age. That's why I want you to feel free, sir. It is only when one knows that one will be able to speak for and on behalf of you after.
I cannot deceive you, Mustafa. You are like you do not bother to me. You know, I don't have anything outside. How many times did I even travel outside for the 4 years? I don't have anything. I don't have anything outside.
Because there are others who have spoken, and there are others who have actually had contacts. I wouldn't want to reveal what I had here and there from some of these people. Like even like the professor, for example. the responses from the professor, it has actually told us so much.
Which professor?
Odekule was his name.
But he's not involved in this thing.
But Professor Odekule has spoken, and some of his friends too.
That one is his own power. In fact, this thing does not involve him at all.
Yeah, we have heard that actually.
It doesn't involve him at all.
We have heard that.
At all. You know, I won't deceive you. You see, it's just this internal misunderstanding. Finish. Nothing more than that. So I can't deceive you.
Okay, sir. Now, do you have any message that I can tell the head of state, sir?
Well, I mean, to plead with him that I'm still the same person. You know, one falls into this type of temptation once in a while. I mean, but in a situation where somebody brings an idea that the whole army is there, the juices are there, this and this are there, this and that are there. I mean, one is tempted, but I would appreciate it if they can just forgive and forget, you know, not to draw me near as a brother. And, you know, I can assure him that, you know, my loyalty is undisputable.
I'll find a way of passing these messages to him, sir. But is there any advice you want to give him, sir, on how to manage the whole situation based on the information you have?
Yes. The idea that I can suggest is if at the end of the day he feels he cannot accommodate some of us or something, okay, we can proceed on the downward. But I would just appreciate that he looks at it as a father. Everything think of everything that you have had together in the past, at least for the sake of that. Because all these people that we are talking about, at the end of the day, they are still his friends. Olariwaju, Antisa, chief of family staff, everybody, Musa. See, so this is the way I want you to intervene and appreciate and talk to him.
And I will do my best in that direction, sir. But looking at the whole issue in itself, is there anything you want me to take note of regarding any of the rest? Like maybe all those arrested, for example, like the Chief of Army Staff, like the GOC 2 Division, like General Olarawaju, like General Adisa, like even Fadupe. Fadupe was talking so much. Is there anything you want me to take note of so that, maybe talking to him to manage, what they say or what they get to say somewhere will actually help in curtailing the issue, sir? Is there anything you want me to take note of regarding any of them so that we can manage the whole thing quietly? Any?
No, I think you're already managing it.
That's why I'm saying
already, the way you are approaching it now, you are managing it. The only thing that it is the result that everybody will be interested in. You see, if you manage it effectively, the EU can just be resolved and we need the citizen to take a faster decision. See, those he feels by the way things have been managed, they can still manage to work with. Because those things cannot work with and quietly. I think that is the best way to suppress the EU.
Okay, sir. And any advice to me, sir? On how to go about it, sir, the whole thing. Because you see, it takes a lot too for me, sir, to have done what I have done so far, sir.
You see, now, I think the first thing is find a way of stopping to do that at least everybody can go back to his houses. If it means really putting surveillance on them, I mean, for the time being, so that the thing does not get out of control. So that at least families will start getting worried now. And at the time, you don't appear in the office, nobody can talk to you at all. All sorts of speculations, all sorts of misinterpretation will start coming, you know. And I think that should be the first thing. Then other things will be for the sins himself. You need to call everybody, you know, and tender our reserved apology, you know, and let the team still be seen as one, so that, you know, we don't have this division. And the same thing will now ask us that for you people who are so close to me to start thinking of this, something must have gone so that we are at the table now. But all of us one by one now can talk and we can resolve the matter.
Okay, sir. Okay, so I've heard you loud and clear, sir. I don't think is there anything you think you omitted, sir, or something you still you want to confide in me? It takes time, sir, to reflect, sir.
No, I don't think there's anything.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So whatever it is, sir, like I said earlier, I have just taken this risk to have this opportunity of hearing from you for the interest of management of the whole thing, actually. But from what you told me, actually, you know, the responses that will be coming from the rest is one issue that is actually very difficult, but that one will do his best. And that's why I actually want to be armed with the right data from you. And that will give me the knowledge of what to anticipate from each of those arrested, so that one will now know what to block.
But I thought you had already called them.
No, I haven't. No.
No, I thought you said already spoke.
No, because where they are, some of them just keep talking. They keep talking to a lot of officers they see we're handling them, and you see it is of interest to now put ears to hear. It is this little bit that I had that gave me the interest to quickly, create this opportunity.
Because since 3 days now, I've not been able to speak to my family, and that alone is enough to start causing some speculation.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you can oblige so that I can please talk to them and tell them that everything is fine, that's no problem.
Okay, sir.
I don't know for how long this will take.
Well, I think if I'm to tell you the truth, sir, is that on a thing like this one, is actually dependent on the opportunity such as this one, so that you see, it is how much one knows that determines how fast it is managed. That's the way I see it actually. And it is this concern that brought me here. Believe me. It is, things like this, it is when the data or what one is supposed to know that are hidden, that others will continue to create delay until it is known. But once one knows, like I said, I haven't reached this stage. There is nothing to hide. What matters is that confidence, so that one can just go into managing the whole thing. One would respect, sir. One look at your own position in the country. It is that aspect of it one looks at carefully and give you all the respect, and that's why I have taken this risk, honestly. But you see, I have small experience. Look at my age or my rank. I'm a small boy, sir. But I'm taking. I am, sir.
No, the way you are handling it,
Yes, sir.
it shows some maturity.
Yes, sir.
So I think
But you have to help me, sir. I need your own wisdom to be able to apply into managing it. That's why I'm asking for help from you. I haven't taken this risk, sir. I also need your own support to be able to manage it well. Yes, sir.
that's the suggestion I'm giving you.
Yes, sir.
Now return these officers to their houses
Okay,
and
sir.
put them under surveillance there, so that at least they can, the atmosphere of arrest is removed. And I don't know, I mean, somebody like me now, you see, I don't know how possible that is, to still attend meetings and everything, so that we still don't give the impression to the public that there is anything amiss. While we are sorting out this problem internally, I mean, because I don't know, speculations want to be all over the place now, even this is not confirmed. But seeing one in the public, and then, that will subdue the press feelings among this thing. At least while we are sorting that internally without anybody talking. You see, it will be a new beginning completely. I mean, because if one has made a mistake and they have seen it, and then he also talks to the person who made the mistake to say, look, this is the thing, I'm sorry for what has happened. And we don't give that impression to the public that anything is amiss. I think it is better managed that way.
Okay, sir. But sir, maybe this question, because it is of interest to me. When did it start, sir?
The what?
The whole thing.
Honestly, I can't remember, but it was that day the CDI brought that letter written by junior officers saying that they give 30 days ultimatum. I don't know, we must have got a copy of that letter.
Junior officers wrote a letter.
They wrote a letter which the CDI brought to my office.
Yes, sir.
Saying that they listed 3 points there.
Yes, sir.
And then they said they are going to deal with Brigadier Conde because he deserted them.
Okay, yes, sir.
That he deserted them, that he was with them before, but now he has deserted them and they are going to deal with him, something like that.
That was long ago, sir.
And that was the beginning of this discussion.
Oh, okay.
That was what actually, because I now told him that he should go and show the letter to the CNC.
Okay.
And
Yes,
also show Ibrahim.
Okay.
Gomen.
yes, sir.
So that is the starting point.
Yes, sir. Was that the thing that engineered the whole thing, sir?
I think that is what really engineered the thing.
Okay.
Because the fear now started coming into almost everybody. The way they were now talking that if these people come in, they are going to eliminate senior officers.
Okay.
And then junior officers will come up, something like that.
Okay.
So that is the beginning of the whole thing.
But sir, it started with it was since that time when this thing came out, sir. I can't recall which one, sir. But I think I heard about it around June.
About June, July.
Okay, yes, sir. But at that time, was this whole team in the discussion, sir?
Really, I don't know the team. I only know members of the caucus.
Okay, okay.
Our own caucus. Those are the ones I know. Whom they were talking to, I don't know. You see, the only thing is that the chief of army staff said the GOCs are all involved. You know, that is what they said. The GOCs are all involved. You know. But the only GOC I know is Bashir.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes. I'm noting it very well, sir. So that points put against you, one will now take note of it and find a way of blocking them. And that's why I'm noting all these things. I have my reasons, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I'm sure it was the fear of junior officers rising that gave the idea, you said,
that is the beginning. That is what for virtually everybody. They never know.
And that's why I'm noting all these things. I have my reasons, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I'm sure it was the fear of junior officers rising that gave the idea, you said,
that is the beginning. That is what for virtually everybody. They never know. You don't know what is going on. A guy should talk. A guy should say something. A guy should do this. Okay, you know. And really, I must confess. Really, what they were trying to say was to get a guy like make him to say something. And if he's not going to say something, to remove him.
To remove Oga? That's the other people?
No, that is...
The inner focus? Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. But even, like I said, even me, not that... because I believe that even if they remove Oga, they will remove me. You see, but they pretend as if they are with me, you know. And like a few guards, which they say will... Because I try to... find out exactly whether, because I don't know him, I've never met him.
Okay, yes, sir.
Until this thing started.
Some of them are talking that it's something that was to be done irrespective of what situation. It should be seen to be ruthless on anybody who stand on their path. This and this.
That was the thing. They weren't working that day. They were working and they wanted to talk to you and you know. In fact, I was hammering on that point that there should be no bloodshed of any kind. There was no plan for bloodshed at all. If there was plan for bloodshed, if the Jews had announced all over the place and they start bombing this place or shelling, it would have been very bloody. So I don't think that was the intention. This is the best of my knowledge.
But did you put anything in place to actually checkmate it in case they started bombing here?
No, because there was no plan for that type of thing at all. In fact, when they were coming in, the coming was with the aim of talking to you. To even talk to you to join them. Yes. You also had, they made the whole thing simple and straightforward. You know. But after finishing it, they will arrange anything among themselves because really they were not really consulting me. It's only once in a while. They are the ones doing all their meetings, all their consultations.
Some of the things we had is that I was to be gotten at. Like some of this, Fadipa has been talking, sir. That's why actually from the things Fadipa has been saying, it gave me concern to say, it's good to talk to you. No, there is no problem, sir, to me.
No, it's not the issue. I mean, you see, Fadipa is my SU. But somehow along the line, he got more involved with the chief of army staff than me. You see, so many of these meetings they are talking about, I don't attend. You know, throughout, I think I attended their meetings just twice. Just twice. And anybody who says more than twice is a lie. It's more with Adisa, with all the others.
But I learned this thing could have been bloody, sir. Could have been bloody because of, I don't know who among them who was talking about attacking the CNC using RPGs. Because they say he uses armor-plated car or something. They have spoken about it, sir. Well, anyway, sir, it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue.
From a non-issue, at least, you see, what, you know, I've opened up to
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Honestly, the word bloody does not come in at all. Except there is another, you see, you know you can have a plan within a plan. You see, because even me, I'm not sure that they wanted me. I'm not sure. But at least they give me the impression
That's right.
that they want me.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not convinced because I look at a whole lot of them. I can't pick a single friend of mine among them, you know, that I will say, this is a friend who really loves me. I mean, is it Bashir or is it even Olariwaju himself? You know, I mean, I have my points against all of them, one by one.
All right, sir. What I will do, sir, but you have to keep it, sir.
Okay.
The opportunity I have of talking to you, you just have to keep it within yourself, sir, so that nobody will come raise issues that I actually have seen you alone and what did we discuss and the rest of it. Because the aspect of managing the whole thing is actually what I have taken risk to do. So if I can recap, sir, the message you want me to pass to the head of state is the issue of pleading, you said, sir.
Well, let's use the word pleading.
Yes, sir.
Pleading, yes.
Okay, sir. I will actually try to find ways of talking to him. I will do so. I will do so. Based on the messages you said. Unless if there is any other things that you actually want me to be armed with.
One of my suggestions was to how we can manage things quietly
Yes, sir.
and without the whole thing expanding to the public. I mean, my concern is that okay, this thing has happened, our image, the image of the administration, the fact that these are in our group of the administration, I mean, how the suggestion that if you can allow everybody to go to his houses, I mean, if there is anything that you want to do, you can call them in the house, and then if all of us can see the to tender apology to him and just forget about the whole thing.
Okay, sir. But it seems I will do my best. But again, if maybe you must have, if you get to recall one or two things, and you still believe that you want to pass some messages to me quietly like this, in confidence, I will try to talk to the officer to tell me so that I can create such a chance again for us to talk on the management of the whole thing. And maybe I can debrief you too how far I have gone in managing the whole thing. And so I want you to open up, sir, because it is the opening of that actually to me is the remedy to the whole thing in terms of giving it the desired management the whole thing deserves. Yes, sir. Up to the officer, actually. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So this idea of going back
I will have to tell him, it's beyond my power. Even this is a risk I took, sir. I will pass the message. It is based on the information that I know that actually will give me the powers to begin to manage.
Yeah, what of this assistance I have that if I can talk
Of
to
the telephone, here I cannot. There is no telephone here, sir. And once we move out to the parlor, there is a telephone. Here it's meant for actually visiting first ladies. But I have to open. This place, sir. This is one of the guest chalets in the house. Yes, sir.
I've never been to all
This part is the secluded other part where this like ranch is. I just came to open it because that it has privacy so that I can talk to you in confidence. But even where you are, we can arrange, no problem, sir. I don't think that's a problem. And the head of state is very kind-hearted. I'm sure if I tell him, he'll find a way of saying, asking us to agree with the whole thing, or maybe even bring cellular to you. We'll try, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So at any time you think about anything, sir, like I said, you should feel free, sir. Tell the officer. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You complain about his health.
Okay.
That I remind you, sir.
Okay.
His BP and sugar level.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
So how are you, sir?
Very well.
Very well, sir. I just said I should find time again for us to talk for some two obvious reasons. One, like I told you the other day, you saw the Commander-in-Chief. I tried to make now a follow-up. One from the fatherly concern I saw, he expressed. And then second is also a follow-up to the bit we talked that day. What matters, I know your interest is to subtle the whole case and make sure that it is an in-house thing and that the matter shouldn't go out. But what matters here, sir, is how is the case going to be managed? Here you actually have to play a role yourself for obvious reasons which I told you the other day, that you have to speak yourself. You have to say how the whole thing is. Honestly, I have my reasons for this. I have my reasons because you see, others are there making statements, they are speaking, and they are saying all kinds of things. It may be true, it may not be true. And second is that unless you speak, you see, SIP has not come to talk to you yet. Have they reached you? It's part of actually the respect accorded to you. That's why they have not reached you yet. And they have been told to wait and to still see ways where it can be maneuvered for you. And because I know Oga has this interest, that's why I'm here actually to have discussions with you and to see what other details you can give us. Because you see, like I told you, Oga's annoyance is that you refuse to tell him much. And all the rest are speaking. There is a cassette I wanted to bring here for me to play for you. The contents in that cassette actually the outcome of one of your meetings. I think they said it's General Adisa who never trusted the meeting initially, that entered with a small tape recorder into your meetings, and he recorded everything. And the cassette was played for SIP. And now SIP took the cassette back, and I think they are trying to actually present it to PRC. So I rush now to have discussions with you. I listened to it carefully. But if you want, I can still find a way of bringing it to play for you. You were in the meeting, Chief of Army Staff was in the meeting, GOC2 Division was in the meeting, the CO3 Guards Battalion was in the meeting, FADIPA was in the meeting, CO 81 Guards Battalion also was in the meeting. Those were the ones that had their voices in the discussions. And this cassette was presented by Major General Adisa. He said he actually had played his own role, and that by reporting, he did it actually to show to the country that he didn't mean harm to the state. So I think briefly, sir, you know it's a fasting period. I want to rush also to prayers now. Yes, sir.
Maybe you should have found a better time because I know it's fasting period.
Yes, sir.
You know, the last time I came here, I begged you
Yes, sir.
not to go further with this investigation. Let us treat this matter as a family problem. I have made a mistake in that when this idea of wanting to force the Edo State to resign was mentioned, I fell into it. You see, and I have begged, I told you the reasons why, you know, Oga created the gap between me and him. In the last 9 months, I told Oga himself, he was not consulting me on anything. This vision 2010 that was constituted, I did not know anything about it. All the names there, I did not have one single name. All this, the dissolution of cabinet, I was not consulted. When the cabinet was reconstituted, I was not consulted. When these ambassadors were appointed, I was not consulted. Even the electoral officers that we sat down in my house to compile, by the time it came out, I was not consulted. People have come in. Wazu, Shikola, all these people have come in between me and Oga. So when this idea of Bama is talking of forcing the CNC to resign and all this thing, you know, I mean, I don't know where I belong. All I did was to ask Olariwaju to come, and I mentioned it to him that look, this is the thing. And Olariwaju even cautioned. He said I should give him time to go and find out, you know. And when he came back and he told me that yes, he had found out, and you know, he spoke to, I don't know whether he spoke to Aziza, but I think he spoke to Aziza, and Aziza confirmed, you know, that yes. That was the time I gave full support. All I was cautioning, if you listen to this tip you are talking about, I don't want bloodshed, I don't want coup, I don't want bloodshed, I don't want coup, I don't want bloodshed, I don't want coup. All these things I was saying. You see, the mistake I made is the gap that Oga creates between me and him. But all I'm begging and praying for is that these people involved are too close to Oga for any world exposure. You know, when you talk of Ashimagaji, you talk of Baba, you talk of Adisa, you talk of Olariwaju, they are Oga's children, including me. You see, so I am begging you in the name of God, Mustafa, you are the only person who can do this thing. Make this thing an in-house thing. Let everybody come and prostrate before Oga and apologize. You know, a mistake has been made. The reason for my own, I have told you. Please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Okay, like all these speeches you are talking about now, there is none there that is mine. Like this speech Banogashi told it came from Lagos. You know, I mean, it was sent by Olariwaju, by through one Major Akali, but Akali does not know anything about it to please, because it was sealed. It was sealed. You see, people involved are too close, We have made mistake. This mistake should not end everything that Oga has done for all of us. He did all of us. I was to retire as a Commandant War College. He was the one who, you know everything, you know what you have gone through. You know what this thing can bring now, the shame it will bring onto me, the shame it will bring even onto the system. Even forgot to ask me to go to retire today now. I will cry because I want to complete this transition program with him, and it's not too late. Mustafa, you are the only one who can do it. You are the only one that can do it. Let me stop all this investigation, please. Get these people to let them come and prostrate before Oga and talk to Oga and beg him. And what I've gone through in the last 12 days now, I have never gone through it in my life. And to be incarcerated without seeing anybody, without talking, is more than sufficient punishment. Anything beyond that can even make one go mental. Please.
Yes, sir. You see, like I told you, if you are now, one is to propose the withdrawal of the SIP, for example, the investigation to be withdrawn like you are proposing, there must be data that actually the head of state should utilize to say, okay, I'm now saturated with all the data before me, and based on the powers vested in him, he can now say, okay, SIP to stand down. But he must know. Unless he knows, you see, there is no way, honestly.
But like which data?
So much, you see, in the whole thing, sir, you mean, when you went there, sir, you know I was not around.
Yes.
But have you had discussions with the CNC as to how the whole plan was?
I had discussion with the CNC. I told him everything.
Okay, I was not privy to your discussion.
I told him everything, and I told him that, look, the foolishness, the devil that used me to go along with these people without mentioning it to you is just because of the gap that you created between us. And I cited all these examples that I'm citing to you. And I was begging him that, look, if the world should hear all these people planning something against you, it's not in our own interest, it's not in your own interest. So the best thing is to treat this matter as a family affair. Treat it as an inside matter. The moment this investigation starts going on here and there, it will not fetch us any good. I appealed to him, and then that day I knelt down before him, and he told me it's all over. Honestly, you see. But I know that the moment I go, some other people can come and start putting pepper and all these things. That is why all of us are relying on you. I am relying on you. I'm begging you. All these people involved, they are too close. They are too close, please.
Okay, sir. I'm going to go back on condition that if there are things you skipped that you didn't tell the CNC at that time, that you can update me with, I will go back to tell him, hoping that that will give him enough data, and I'll be able to say that these are the things I heard from you, and hoping that we can use that to beg him to tell SRP to stand down. If honestly, I want you to think about it, sir. Just tell
there's nothing. Look, I won't. For example, now if I told you that all the juices want God to resign, there is no way I can cross-check. I don't even know any of the juices. The only person, as I told you, that I can, immediately he told me this. That was the time I sent for Larry Waju. And I said, look, this is what this one told me. Larry Waju told me that I should be cautious because maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about, But by the time he came back to me, he gave me the impression that maybe he has found out from Aziza or something, and then, that's it.
But some from the SIP have already gone to talk to General Adisa and Fatimbi. General Adisa has spoken so much. He wrote quite a lot. And I think the interview has revealed too much, I think. And then second, Fatimbi too has spoken too much to them. I was privy to actually some of the statements by Fatimbi. So what I want, sir, you see, the type of person head of state is. Once you tell him the truth, finish.
I have told you. Okay, what will I say now?
Okay, like I'm sure, you see, like some of these people, you say, who put paper here and there. Maybe one of them must have found his way through.
I'm not denying the fact now that I attended that meeting. I'm not denying the fact. The only thing is, when I look at it, it's like you are attending a caucus meeting. They are telling me this is what they want to do. And, if they say this is what they want to do, and look at it, it's not workable. It's not workable. Before we agreed on the last option of coming in here, I'm not denying anything. All I'm saying is that Oga should just look at this matter as an inside matter involving his children. A father. Who is there now that is not an Abacha boy? You mentioned it. Is it Magashi himself? Is it Abisa? Is it Olariwaju? Is it me? Who? So by the time all these things are exposed to the world, it doesn't give us any good image. It doesn't give us any good impression. That is just what I'm begging for. See, for God to just, like a father whose children have failed, call them, blast them, say all sorts of things, abuse them. And then look at them, the one you can still work with them, the one you cannot work with, let them go. And someone like me, I will be very, very happy if God can just forgive me, draw me close. It's not too late. Draw me close, I'm ready to work with him. Even if it's a shame for me, even if he retires me now, it's shame that something we started together, something I put all my efforts to build, at the tail end of it, I'm not here to be.
Okay, let me tell you, to those who have had little, because the message has not gone out, the information is not, is still within the family.
Thank God.
That's number one. Number two, sir, but from within the family, the worries of the few I had is that if you had known that such a thing was going on, the question of people reporting it was another. That they said it's true, you said you don't want bloodshed, you don't want any coup, it's true, that's what you said. But they said you heard General Adisa talking about the use of RPGs.
That is why we threw out that option. We threw it out completely. I will never be party to such a thing.
But they said up to the dying last second, That was the option. The use RPGs and weapons. That's even how I think when General Adisa told them the idea of you initiating the arrest of brigade commander and some others, I think that one also came.
Look, Mustafa, I've told you the truth. All sorts of options were considered. All I was emphasizing that, look, I don't want crew, I don't want some. And in any case, if these people finish, they are going to throw me out. They are going to throw me out.
And that's another question they ask. They say, if you had known that at the end of the day they are going to throw you out, then why did you agree with them? The belief is that every boat or every ship has its own captain and has its own deputy captain. So the deputy captain and the captain are the ones that will sink with the ship. That is what is supposed to be. Come rain, come shine. So no, I'm telling you what people are saying. And this is what the family is saying.
I am now, you see, I have realized what I have done. It's a terrible thing. But what I'm saying is that, you see, this devil does not use ordinary mind. There must be a gap. Or God created that gap between us. That is all I'm saying. It's all over. Please, let us beg him. Let us beg him.
No, for begging him, let me tell you something. Me, I'm prepared to beg him. I'm prepared to use others also to team up to beg him. But on condition, sir, that in case he asks me questions, that if you said you have sneaked and spoken to him, did he tell you the truth? Did he tell you the real thing?
But you tell him that I've told you the real thing.
So what will I now tell him is the real thing, sir?
No, the real thing is what I've said. I've never changed anything. You know, the real thing is that, you know, the temptation came that the Jews sees and, you know, want that to resign.
Okay, sir, let me say 3 things that I am aware of. 4, I think. 1, the day of the conference, I think was the one General Adisa spoke about, and it's the one also Fadika talked about.
The day of this, which conference?
Chief of Army Staff's conference in Enugu. If the CNC were to attend, he was to be arrested there. And the reaction could have been bloody, and it could have ended up there. And I think that was the 8th of December. And you didn't say no to it.
No, because they didn't brief me on that. They didn't brief me on Fadipa himself wouldn't say he knows about that. If Fadipa says he knows about that, then he's lying against himself. Because at that time, I have not been fully brought in. The only thing I know was that the head of state was to go to Enugu, and they didn't go. No, you see, I mean...
But what they said, sir, is that the agreement you had, because I think that is in one of the cassettes, that you were aware that the head of state was to go to Enugu. And when he...
I was aware that he was going to go to Enugu.
And the thing was supposed to happen there, and there was to be a broadcast from there. And there will be a simultaneous announcement or seizure of airport or something like that at that time.
What Bama told me was that they are going to face the CNC with all the that luckily is coming to Enugu. He has not given me any full details at that time. He has not.
And then the second option they said considered by you was the proposed journey to Lome by the head of state. That he couldn't go. And that soon after he takes off, all he required was 4 hours, according to General Adisa. That all the team required was 4 hours to effect a change. And then some people, even soon after he takes off, the brigade commander was to be arrested along with commissioner of police or something.
The issue is that all these meetings they are talking about,
yes.
Right? The only one I attended was in my guest house. They were doing all their meetings in the first place. You know, so it's when they decide and not consider everything, they come and brief me. I'm not denying that. And when they brief me, I ask questions. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this without bloodshed? And by the time they answer 1 or 2, 3 questions, we know it's not feasible. We know it's not feasible.
So at the time the whole arrest happened, sir, even though we have not finished, we only talk about 2. You know, there is the other one, I think one option that talked about mosque.
No. That was not even considered at all.
Okay, there's another one that was considered on the census way to the airport. You talked about Abuja Gate, you talked about the government junction.
That was where the CEO was brought in to ask how, if that is the case, how do you do it without bloodshed? And he confirmed that it's not possible without bloodshed.
So, sir, okay, let me, when I finish, I will ask you a question, sir. Then another option was the option in Sheraton, the NIIA dinner night.
That was ruled out.
So, sir, if all options were ruled out, sir, I thought you could have spoken to the CNC at that time then.
No, because the option that was approved is the option that was being implemented. You know, the option of coming to meet you, coming to get the CNC, that was the option.
Okay, sir, supposing they have succeeded in taking away the head of state, sir.
Well, maybe I will run away or something, because I know the whole thing will now be between Shaya and maybe JT Hussein or Abdul Karim of Salam.
Is General Hussein in the thing, sir?
No. Not to my knowledge.
What of the CDS? Is he in the thing?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
Yes, sir. Well, you know why I'm asking this question, sir? I'm asking because certainly if I go to now present the case to the head of state to say that please this matter should not go out and let the SIP be told to actually stand down, he will ask a question certainly, you know, sir. I must have something to tell him. That's why I'm asking this question. So you don't think
I know. Please, help the nation. Help me. Help Oga. Let's help ourselves. This thing, if it goes out, it's not good for any of us. It's not good for the image of the country. Look at the people. They are too close. They are too close. People will blame us. They look at this foolish people. What are they looking for? Not this thing. But at the same time, people will look at it. If all the Oga's children are quarreling with him, something must be wrong somewhere. And look at the image of the nation too. You see, please, you are the only one who can come in. Let's settle this matter internally. Don't let it go out. Don't let it go beyond this family.
Yeah, but you should be thankful to God and thankful to Oga too.
Yes.
From the way he's handling the whole matter. He didn't talk to people.
Honestly.
That's why you see, on a case like this, for such a thing to happen and for you to see the main target calling on those who were supposed to have unseated him, you know, coming, allowing them to come closer to have discussions. It has never happened.
It has never.
But he has done it, sir. He has done it, sir.
So please,
he has done it,
sir. Still do more. Let this matter be a family matter, please.
Well, I'm going to go back for that actually, sir. But I think that...
What do I have? Even this thing that we are doing, what tools do I have? Even the CEO, do I know him? I don't know anybody. The only thing is that they saw that there is a gap between me and Oga, and they are exploiting it, that's all. Otherwise, I mean, what tools do I have? If a Jew of Honest have said that, it would be very interesting.
But that is stated. He stated, I'm telling you.
But you know that cannot be correct.
Well, yes, I see, but it's of interest for us to know, sir.
Like this CEO now, but for Mangashi, I don't know him. I mean, there's somebody I know. I don't command any troops, I don't know. I mean, even coming to me is just to, just to maybe get the experience of, telling them, please, I don't want a coup, I don't want bloodshed, the world will not accept you, it's not fair to anybody, don't let us do this thing with any loss of blood and all this thing. That's all. Just cautioning them. They gave me the impression that they were all ready.
Okay, sir. Supposing I'm asked by the head of state now, in case I present your request to him, you think it's okay? This information alone will make him see reason?
No. The main information
right, sir.
Is that all of us involved in this thing are his children. We are too close to him for the world to know that this type of thing is happening between us. And we should please treat this matter as a family matter. We should get all these boys together. We all prostrate, let him abuse, let him do whatever he wants to do with us, and let him just forget about the matter. Sufficiently, most of us have suffered enough. I have never experienced what I'm experiencing that place in my life. I mean, please, Mustafa, you are the only one.
I will pass your message, sir.
History will advocate you. Please.
I will pass your message, sir. I will pass your message. Major, is it Apulu, one of the officers,
Is he arrested too?
and the finance officer, one Shoeton,
Oh.
the two of them. I think they are the ones that said they brought money for you, and you gave the money to Fadipa, and Fadipa took the money in big bags or so, and that money was meant for the operation or something like that.
You know, look, like what I'm saying, we shouldn't investigate this thing too much. It is true. I gave the Fadipa 2 million to give to Bamai.
Okay.
But when you say they have no money, that I did, I won't deny. Please.
Okay, sir. No, it's good for me to know. In case I'm asked, I wouldn't want to go and be a bad ambassador. I promise you that I will speak on your behalf, and only for me to go and then be asked a question and I can't talk.
This thing gets out. Honestly, this thing gets out. It's not in our own interest. It's not in the interest of the administration. It's not in the interest of Oga himself. It's not in the interest. It's not in my own interest. It's not in your own interest. And we all started as a family. You know, anything can happen at any time. Mistake can occur. Devil can come in. You know, let us please settle this matter internally. It is not yet out to the world. It is not yet out. Please, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. You see, try to investigate, find out this. The tendency is that the more you find out, the more annoyed that can be. You know,
No, but we have to find a way of sealing it.
Yes.
There should be enough information to seal up the matter. But if there is none, then you see human nature, inquisitiveness is part of human nature. And there is that tendency of trying to know at least to a certain percentage. But if there is none at all, that inquisitiveness will remain and the matter will remain. But if you know enough to put off the matter, that's all we are asking for, sir. No more, no less. The essence is to apply. You saw the way you saw Oga that day with maturity. Oga didn't shout on you. Oga, you didn't quarrel.
Before I thought I was going back to the villa that night. Honestly.
Okay.
I was going back to the villa that
Yes,
night.
sir, but you see, I cannot, from those whose response, even for you to come to see the head of state, you know what it takes. We broke the whole rules.
I know.
It is the responsibility of others. So now it is left for us to now go through defense, DSQ, and now get all these things. And even for me to have discussions with you here, I have to pass through. I'm breaking even some of their rules. Actually, I'm not supposed to do this.
I know.
And you know, it was because we met here the first time. That's how you were able to have seen the head of state. So as far as I'm concerned here, sir, what I'm asking is that think, sir, or try to reflect, or probably, if you believe we may not have enough chance, why can't you, sir, take a pen and think about it and write on each individual when you go back in case there are things you believe.
Then you are still investigating.
No, I'm not investigating. Okay, sir, don't write. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it's an option. I thought there's that confidentiality between you and Oga. But you know the type of person Oga is. He will never ever talk what is between you and him is between you and him. He will never talk.
Please, don't let us go to that extent. You just say you can't beg on behalf of
Okay, sir. Okay,
Please.
Okay, sir, I promise to do so.
Let it be a family matter. You know, I'm very, very sorry. I'm very, very sorry for the way these people have used me. It is the work of the and the gap that Oga created between me and him. That's all. I'm really sorry about it. I don't want to write all these things, you know, that I don't know anything about this or do. You know, it's not even fair on the system. You know. And the main point is that looking at all these boys, they have suffered one way or the other for this administration. And they are all Oga boys. They are all Oga boys. If devil had come in and had used them in one way or the other, it shouldn't be the end of the world. Oga should not look at it as a father. You know, forget about the whole thing. Blame them, abuse them, and let the matter end. Please.
Okay, sir. I promise you to pass the message, and I will do my best in terms of settling the whole thing,
Please.
so that the matter will actually be called off.
Please.
I will do my best, sir. But sir, in case I'm asked questions, if you don't worry, I know, like I told you, the essence of knowing the little we try to know, sir,
There is
is
nothing
to use to get enough information to seal off the matter. If you understand what I mean, sir.
Yeah, but what else do you want to know that I have told you? I'm sure others have told you. You have read, you have taken...
No, I haven't. I have only seen bulk of statements, and I know, and I out of concern. Each portion I see your name, I try to now quickly read through and give. Because I'm not supposed to be interfering with the arrangements they put in place. Otherwise, that will be tantamount to yet another offense by me, and I wouldn't want to go into that. All you see me doing here even is a risk. I told you before. Sir.
So I think everything I've told you, everything, please, just emphasize on this point for God that, let this matter get out, to the public. Let it be a family affair. And they should just forgive me as a person. I still want to work with him. I still want to stay with him. It's a shame. If for any reason I'm not part of this administration anymore, it's a shame. I have done everything for this administration. Please. You already know what I went through. With my people, with everybody, getting everybody to stand by this administration. Now, look at me now. Living in a place where I cannot even see light. Please. I've been in that place now for 12 days. It's a terrible experience. It's a terrible experience. Mustafa, God bless you. I'm begging you on behalf of everybody. The devil had come. The devil has done his worst, but the devil will not conquer. Please. Please.
Okay, sir. Honestly, noted, sir. Noted, sir. Is there some concern that actually...
Yes, I know. You have already tried. Please,
yes.
Complete it. When you complete it and all these boys are called, and of that blast them, of that abuse them, honestly, I will be relieved in my heart that yes, what will have brought shame to all of us have been averted. Please.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, because I wouldn't want to stay long.
Is there anything you can do to improve my condition of reading that?
Sure, sir. I will beg them, sir. I'm going to get the officer and talk to him.
Please, let them remove this sound, this leg.
No, I will do so. Honestly. Okay, sir. Honestly, I will do so.
And once in a while, let somebody be talking to my family for me.
Okay, sir.
Because
okay,
I don't want them to know anything about this matter.
No, that one will manage. Have my word, sir. And I will talk to them about all these ones too. Have my word, sir.
Yes.
Have my word, sir. I'm going to talk to them. Believe me.
And the earlier this thing is resolved,
The better. Yes, sir. Honestly, have my word, sir. Thank you, sir.